or would be watching this stream. And we are back with some more racing on a brand new F1 2022 for season 8 of the Indian Racing League, first round here in Australia. And joining me on the comms box is Chips Schema. How are you, Chips? How are you doing? And how are you enjoying the game?
I'm great. I'm great. The game's not been treating me very well, but I'm really enjoying it. Uh, it's fun. The new handling model, the track modifications, and the cars themselves they're a challenge. They're a real challenge. So, and I think we have a challenge right now as well because it's raining.
Yup, indeed, and that's what I. That's just. We are just being shown to some perfect kickoff for this new season, and we have a wet qualifying. So not sure how the situation is going to be in the race, but I'm surely looking forward to how this qualifying pans out because Australia, I mean, it's really a notorious track for grip, especially, and now in the wet conditions. I'm assuming, I hope there aren't a lot of DNFs out of qualifying, but I'm assuming there are going to be some.
Yeah, I mean we have two retirements already. We have Redstone and Abdul Samad who've decided to retire early, and I think the first driver on track is Jacques Cousteau in the Aston Martin. Of
Yep.
course, there's not going to be any DRS because of the wet weather conditions.
Right,
And
and that is a full wet compound that is put in, so that's not even enters there, Chip. So, which it's qualifying is going to be really tricky, and I think the drivers are probably taking a few minutes to probably be. They might just have a dry race, and if that's a dry race, so what kind of setups do you run, and how do you plan your race? They're probably taking a few minutes before they go on to their out laps. And Redstone Derp is probably, yeah, he is serving a qualifying ban for a forced rage quit from last race of the last previous season. So yeah, that's him serving, doing that service there. As I am on board with Shark, who would be soon to start his lap. So Chips, would you like to take us through the first hot lap
yes,
of F1 2022 in the IRL?
ab- absolutely. So he's just going through the final few corners now. It is going to be tricky for him in the wet conditions, but I think he should be able to at least post a decent banker. So an ultimate corner, approaching the final corner, he's taking it a bit slowly, cautious as you should be in the wet conditions, and onto the main straight, and he starts his lap. So that's no DRS open to the main straight because of the rain. Turn 1 has been taken cautiously, and he keeps the car under control. We have lost a bit of time with that exit out of turn 2, but I think it's alright. Turn 3, what's he gonna do? He doesn't really get the apex there, but it's fine. Turn 4, I think his lines are a bit wide, but I think he should still be able to get a decent lap in. This turn is notorious for spinning people out, but he has done that well. And as he ends sector 1, it's a 31.9, which is decent. I think we should see the time tumble down as conditions progress. And we have Shrikant Das meanwhile retired. Let's just focus on Shark for now. So this new redesigned section for 2022, and take it all flat out. This is a new turn 9-10 section, and he's set up his car quite well, I think, for the conditions, because he doesn't seem to be struggling too much. Oh, we have the retired car over there. This new turn as well, it's reprofiled for this year, and I think he went in a bit too deep there, a bit too hot, a bit too eager, but nonetheless, he's about to finish his lap, and penultimate corner, he's missed a few apexes this lap, but I don't think that should be too much consequence because I think they're going to do multiple runs. So on the run up to the line, this should be about a 1 minute 31, and it's a 1 minute 31.4. So that's a decent lap by him. What do you think?
Yep, I think wet conditions will definitely he's already set a milestone for the other drivers to beat, and these conditions obviously you can probably take in 12 to 15 seconds plus 12 to 15 seconds in terms of a dry run, and that's where probably your math works out pretty much on point chips with a 131. Otherwise, what we're used to seeing a 118 in dries or once late 117s as well. But is Shark going on another lap? As oh,
Oh,
Shark has
Shark's retired.
retired from the session as soon as I just went away from him. So I think he just lost his car there.
We
See,
have
as
Captain Sandhu and Thakurwa who have set.
Hershey
I
is
don't think
coming
they're
to cross the
representative
line.
lap times. Yeah.
Yep, yep. I think the first
Hershey.
banker from all these drivers, they're taking it slow and easy, and
Hershey
Hershey
goes.
goes with a 131.8.
That's P2 for him. Who's the car in the gravel there at turn one? That's McLaren of, I believe, this has to be oxidized rage. So, do we have anybody else on the lap? We have
Moment.
SSN on a lap. Oh, your
Ramen.
vintage players retired as well.
Oh,
So,
that's the penultimate corner. Oh,
and your Smith Shaw's retired as well.
whoa,
That's
where
high
at
attrition.
and that
I
is
think
exactly at the penultimate corner. I don't know which driver is going to come next to the line, so I'd rather. Looks like Wicked
just to
Vicky is going
mention,
to
we have
come
7 retirements already.
already. Yeah. Yep.
That's
So these
nearly half the
conditions,
grid.
yep, taking I to be honest, Chips, I mean this is a track which is absolutely notorious in terms of grip that you get, not just in the wets but as well as in the dry conditions. And it's
Yes,
pretty
most
much an
certainly.
unforgiving track. The walls are pretty close. It's you spin out, you lose. In other words, you snooze, you lose. So high concentration here required from all the drivers.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
good
as
morning for her.
Ramen?
And we have
Ramen
Ramen.
as well has retired. I don't know.
We
Yeah,
have
where has that? Oh, that's at the exit
Wicked.
of turn 9 and 10. Whoa. We probably uh, went a bit early on the throttle, but that's a very treacherous set of chicane there,
Wicked
Chips.
Vicky in the Alpine, as I was just going to follow him. He's had a bit of a moment there.
But he still manages
I
to
don't think
keep his
anyone's really
car alive.
enjoying these conditions.
Yep. And I know is there might a question that pops into my head is it a dry race or a wet race? Because then if it's a dry race, then all these drivers must be running their dry setups as well, because you do need a lot of straight line speed, especially in the second middle sector where you've got a really long flat out section.
And
As
your
Deadly
Deadly Mosquito
Mosquito
retired.
has also retired from the session. Oh, and that's at the exit of turn
And
1, is it?
Oxidize has retired as well, just as I went
Whoa.
on board with him.
Whoa. Oh, these conditions are being very
We
treacherous. So
have
I think the challenge here for drivers is to put in a time, as Wicked Vicky posts a 1:33.6. So Shark
an
really has
ace.
Ace has put in a 1:34.6 as well, as Shark has really put in a benchmark time and retired. We'll be eager to see what happens in the next 9 minutes as these drivers
Problem
battle
is,
to,
half the grid is retired. More than half the grid is retired. So
yeah,
it's gonna
without
be
any putting any times, that is. So Chips, this is
yeah.
this
And
is just a trailer or a precursor to another Division 1 race that we might have tomorrow. So as there's another yellow flag for,
Wicked Vicky, no,
oh,
he's
he's
just going
probably
slowly.
slowing
He's
down
avoiding
for the
traffic.
Alfa Romeo.
And I'd just like to take this time to mention that the delta between the drivers is enormous. The gap between P1 P2, Shark, Cousteau and Hershey itself is 4 tenths, but after that the gap is 2 seconds, and the last driver to set a representative time was Captain Sandhu, who set a lap time 4.7 seconds slower than Shark's time. So
Yep, so the driver's taking it
what's
really cautiously, and I think that's that's pretty. It's a very interesting kickoff that we've really got, Chips. So qualifying is interesting, but now I'm just a tad bit eager to jump into the streams of any of the drivers and probably figure out what kind of weather we have. But we can probably wait for 8 minutes otherwise as well. But what are your thoughts about this track otherwise, Chips? Do you enjoy driving around Australia or is it something you really avoid?
Yeah, it's a nice challenge, but sometimes it's too challenging. It is unforgiving at certain times for if you push too much and we have yellow flag. Is that I believe that's Sid who has had a moment. But yeah, the track itself is a bit, but it's a bit of a challenge to drive around. Uh, the learning curve is a bit with these new cars, especially the new handling model. I feel like the rear end just goes quite easily with these new cars. You tend to have very little rear grip, and it's difficult, but I think it's a welcome challenge.
Yep,
What
indeed.
about you?
And I think before the performance patch, I really was enjoying the traction challenge, but now after these updates, I'm really still struggling a bit to find the perfect traction, and especially on this track sometimes proves a nightmare for me, to be honest. And not, I don't really enjoy driving around here as SSN has also retired from the session at the fast chicane turn 9 and 10, I think that is. Oh, at least he
Yeah.
has a lap for himself on the on board, so at least starting in the first half of the grid despite that retirement. But let's see, Abhi, the only person who hasn't retired and has also not set in a time, so he's right now on his outlap, so we can probably come back to him later on, as Captain Sandhu is also going on another run, and I think he would be the next one to cross the line. Or is it Sid Venkatesh who
We have, yeah,
is?
Sid is about to start his lap. Made a slight mistake, I think, at approaching I believe it's turn 11, the
Oh,
reprofile turn. So
so he would be
I think
probably going for another run. So I think
he's
Captain
aggressive
Sandhu
turn 1 and he's invalidated.
is and Captain Sandhu is up by 2.5 seconds on his time. So need to keep an eye out on how what kind of time he puts in.
I think he's going to be the next driver to cross the line, so let's just stay on board with him. So he goes a bit wide there, he had to slow down that extra bit, which put him a bit off track to the medium speed turn. And yeah, I think they're finding it a bit difficult. I think what you're saying is right. It's probably a try race because there's no reason for so many drivers to be struggling. Everyone's struggling, and Captain Sandhu sets a lap time good enough for P3 with a 132.5,
And
which
closes
is
that
still,
gap by a second. But Shark and Hershey really have put in some great first lap times there.
yes. Do we have anybody on a lap? I think we have no Sids invalidated. Thakur was about to finish his lap, although I don't think it's going to be a very fast one because he's gone 2.9 seconds slower. So I think that was his warm-up lap probably. I think
Yep.
this is his hot lap. So turn 1 is good, and they all seem to be very afraid to put on the throttle, and that's understandable because of how bad the conditions are.
Yep.
So
And
I
I
think,
mean, having just a time on board, there are like 8 drivers left in the session, I think. And
yeah,
just having a time on board can just still keep you up in the top 10. So that's what even Abhi would be looking at, who is still to put in a time, and he's right behind Thakurva in terms of where the track position. But that's for a slow moving Alpine of Wicked
I
Wiki,
believe
I think.
Wicked Wiki had a spin or was just going slowly. I think he's warming up his tires, charging his battery, preparing for his lap.
Yep.
Thakur is improving by half a second on his lap, so if he gets this done, he should be in with a guaranteed P4. But I mean, we never know.
Yeah,
This is a
it's
very
about
big
nailing
situation.
the final corner because just a tad bit early on throttle and you have your car facing the wall. And
Yes, and Takara seems to have it hooked up quite well as he rounds the final corner. And on the run up to the line, I don't think it's going to be P1, but it's going to be very close. It's P3,
P3.
so he set a lap time
And
8 tenths. And we
Abhi
have Abhi's
has
retired.
retired from the session in that those final set of corners, so no time there for him as well. Whoa, that is interesting qualifying. My God, that seriously is interesting.
That is intense. I think we can almost count the number of drivers left on one hand. It's that close.
All right,
And
and
Hershey is deciding to box, so has he had damaged his front wing or something? Because Thakurwa has not improved in the first sector on my screen at least. Do we have anybody out on a lap? It's Wicked Wiki has invalidated, and we have Ace on a lap. So I think we're gonna see the final laps now. The final runs. We're gonna get everybody's gonna get just one lap, one final chance to take the pole position away from Shark. But yeah, props to Shark. He set a lap time good enough for provisional pole right at the beginning.
yep, and a lot of drivers are still struggling to match those times, and we still have Hershey is. I'm not sure if he is planning to come out for another round, but he would be definitely happy with
He needs
that
to hurry
P2.
up. And Thakur was boxing it. I don't think. Yeah, Thakur was given up. So it's P3 temporarily,
Yeah,
unless
Wicked
somebody can
Vicky,
beat him.
the only person probably on track, as well as Ace, is it, who is also going to
Yeah,
start
Ace
his
on a
lap,
lap as
and
well.
Captain
And we have
Sandhu.
Captain Sandhu.
Oh yeah,
And
he is
who's
also
this?
on it.
Sid. I think Sid has come out. It's gonna be. No, I don't think he's gonna get it to the line in time. Sid.
Oh yeah, not
Do you
not a
think
lot
so?
of time.
It's
Yep,
no, I don't
it's
think so.
no. He just will have to rush in full throttle there. So not really. I don't think he'd be able to make it to the checkered flag. Hopefully,
So I
none
think
of these drivers then probably would be able planning to
and
come out. Oh,
Wicked
as
Wiki has crashed.
Vicky
Now
has
we
lost
can
his car.
officially count the number of drivers on one hand. And Ace has spun as well. So I think
Oh,
that's curtains for qualifying because neither. Oh yeah, Captain Sandhu's left, and Captain Sandhu has had an atrocious exit to the of the last corner. What's he gonna do on the main straight? He's the only one who can improve. No one else can. Ace has made a mistake. But yeah, Captain Sandhu turn one. He's taking it cautiously. He's seen all the people around him retire, and he very nearly came close to retiring himself. And approaching turn three, he's taking it cautiously. This is his final attempt. He is guaranteed P4 because no one else is going to be able to beat him. Actually, you know what? Sid might just get through. Uh, I think Sid might. Oh no, Sid has had a spin.
oh, and
Sorry
Captain
for cursing
Sandhu
you there,
is
Sid.
just set a purple sector one on, and he's improving by 2.5 times. Oh,
And
and he's lost
no,
his
he's not.
car, and he has also retired from the session. So that's pretty much
And
qualifying over
yeah, that
for
is
all
we
of
have
us. So
Ace who's
Ace
about
should
to
also be
finish.
crossing the line, and but that pretty much is the grid for the race with just 9 drivers able to set a time on board in a very hectic and stressful qualifying session for these drivers, Chips.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Our pole position time was the very first time which was set.
Yep, and
That's
Shaq
even more
Costo
surprising.
with the first ever hot lap on F122 in IRL, putting that car on pole position, followed by Hershey Thakurwa in his Ferrari and taking P3, and Captain Sandhu winding up the front two rows. Sid Venkatesh, Wicked Vicky, Ace, SSN, Raman, the only one, the other drivers putting their times on board, while Abhi Shets, Redstone Derp, Vintage Player, Abdul Samad, Oxidized Rays, Smith Shah, Deadly Mosquito, and Shrikant Das winding up the retirees from this session, and a very interesting one. And we also have a lot of new drivers as well, in the likes of Shrikant Das, Abhishek, Raman.
Ramen. Yeah.
So and so as much as Shark has been in and around IRL, but that's pretty much his first time, I think, as a full time. So let's see,
Yeah.
interesting race, interesting 29 laps ahead of us, Chips, and I don't know if they are dry or mixed conditions, but
I guess we'll find out.
yep. Yes,
Oh,
PSI Legends only 4 cars survived qualifying, and Hershey, yes, you can take that Russell feeling because, yeah, you were just those handful of drivers who didn't yeet their car into the wall. So kudos to that, as the sun
It's
is shining indeed at Melbourne here. So looks like pretty much a dry race throughout. So now the test has gone through. So drivers in park forming conditions, as much as they have the free tire choices, but they can't make any changes to their setups from qualifying, barring the front wing and the tire pressures, I believe, and the throttle adjustments that they can do. But a straightforward mediums to hard strategy is it, Chips, around here?
I'm quite sure somebody's gonna go for the soft. Somebody's gonna go a bit aggressive because I think warming up the tires is a bit of a challenge in this year's game. So we might have somebody who's gonna choose to go on the softs and have a better start.
Yep, and
I think that's gonna
Australia,
be
in my
sensible.
league racing experience, is a safety car haven as well.
Yeah, and let's check out the tires. So we do
Yep.
have Shark and Hershey, the Aston Martin, starting on the medium tires. We have Takarova and Captain Sandhu, both on the softs. We have Sid, Wicked Vicky, Ace, SSN on the mediums, and we have Ramen as one of only two runners who've chosen to go on the hard tires. Then we have Abhishets, and Redstone on the mediums. Vintage Play on the softs. He's going to be one we should look out for because he's going to be on the softs. I think he's going to have an initial advantage as compared to those around him. Then we have Abdul Samad, Oxidize on the mediums. Smith Shah on the hards. I think he's just going to take it conservative. He's starting on the hards. And we have finally Deadly Mosquito and Shrikant Das on the mediums.
Yep,
So that's an
so
interesting lineup.
yeah,
What do you think?
variety of all the three different tires are present on the grid. So it'll be, so these soft runners would pretty much have committed to a two-stop strategy here, and likelihood of a safety car also coming around would just play everybody's strategies around. But it'll be also what kind of positions loss or gain does Ramen have from those start, and so would Smith Shah, though only two drivers on the hard trials. So it's just going to be pretty. I'm just super excited to have a look at this, as the field is fairly spaced out in the formation lap, not the best of sights
We have
because
Shark approaching the final turn, and we have Shrikant Das just going through turn
the
10.
10, yeah.
So it's a
So
very big gap. So Shark's going to be sitting on the grid for a while there, it seems like. But yeah, with manual grids this season, I think we're going to have. It's going to be a challenge. We are going to see drivers angling their car towards their rivals.
yeah,
And some looking to defend, some looking to attack. And we have Hershey who's lined up quite well, I think. No, and Thakur has been disqualified. Shark's taking it really slowly to the line, and I think he's got a decent grid slot. So I think we're going to see a few disqualifications there, and yeah, Wicked Vicky disqualified there for not entering his grid box properly. And we're going to see Shrikant Das as the last car on the grid.
but
We have
there's
Raman
a
also
Aston
disqualified.
Martin of Schmidt. He's probably had a bit of a moment. That would be, as we do see a lot
Deadly
of
Mosquito retired.
disqualifications, as Smith
Abdul's
now
retired.
comes close to his
And
grid.
I think you have Abhishek as the last car, so I think it's everyone's on the grid. I'm not sure what's going. Oh yes, yes, Smith is just lined up, and I think we just
Yep.
So it's the beginning of a
Engines
new era,
revving, and it's
and
four
it's
lights. Give me a good
five
view,
lights,
please, Codemasters.
and
Five
it's
lights
away we
out.
go.
Go.
And Shark gets a horrible start, and look at the start. Captain Sandhu got he's rocketed past Thakurova as well, and into turn one. Hershey's gone extremely deep. Captain Sandhu and Thakurova have taken P1 and P2 from third and fourth on the grid. We have Shark who's had a dismal, abysmal start, who's now gone down to P10. His teammate Hershey is holding P3 very close to Thakurova's rear end there, but managing to keep his front wing intact. And we have quite a few movements up and down the grid, but we have the two Alpha Tauris in 17th and 18th, Smith Shah and Abdul Samad. But Captain Sandhu has pulled out a 1.5 second lead as we end Sector 1. That's amazing.
So rocket start, great reactions from Captain Sandhu right there. More than a second's lead, so he would just be flying away. But he has a soft runner behind him, so Thakurva would be looking to close that gap as Harshi has fallen to P3, a decent start for him as well. SSN in P4. The two horses running in formation and Sid really putting it hot, and the Ferrari of Abhishek and Sid Venkatesh
Oh,
going
Abhish
side by
sends one
side.
that.
Yeah,
Wow.
Abhishek sends it down the inside probably. I hope there's not a lot of damage for Sid, who is
And
also losing
Raman
another
gets
position to
Sid as well, but
Raman.
Sid's looking to get back.
And
Can
is
Sid get
does
him
Sid
back?
have damage? And no, he doesn't have damage, so he still is continuing. So not the best of starts there for Sid, as Raman, Sid, and Vintage player who's already made up a couple of positions on his start. Sid looking down the inside but nothing doing,
Oh!
and Sid and Raman have made some kind of contact, and
And
that's
we have a Red Bull involved as well. That's Vintage player who's unfortunately been involved. And we have Shrikant Das who's got a penalty for a collision. And do we have a
and
safety
oh
car
Shika,
or a
yes,
virtual
there
safety
is
car?
a safety car, and we have Shark is in the pits, so probably lost traction at the start and lost his car down there.
Oh, we
And
have a
there
few
are,
penalties being dished out.
yep, we do. Drivers trying to keep their car in formation as severe collisions for these
It's
drivers.
a
I see.
VSC, right?
Yep, yep. I don't see the safety car on the map,
I
so
can't see it on my
yep,
screen. It's just showing
yeah,
sector one,
yeah.
two,
So
three yellow.
yeah, yeah. It is a
So,
VSC because yeah, that's probably if you spot the yellow dot on the track map is when we have a safety car. That's our hint, but I think
yeah.
that surely is a VSC. As a good news here,
Just
a good takeaway would be that none of the drivers have DNF so far. As much as we've had spins and front wing replacements, but these drivers have kept their engines running. So, a very good sight for us to see.
we should see racing resume anytime now. Just to mention Redstone Derp, although he's the last car, he has put on the soft tires, so he's going to be very rapid.
As
Thankfully,
we,
no one's got a drive through.
yeah, as we are under green flag
Everyone's well
conditions,
behaved.
as Hershey almost looking eager to make that move on Thakurva. He probably got great reactions there. And he is challenging down Thakurva
Raman in
down
the
at the
pits.
turn 3,
Okay.
but Thakurva blocks that line and nothing
Oh,
doing for she as Wicked Vicky and Shrikant
just got
Das.
overtaken by both alphas. We have
Yep,
Vintage in the pits, we have Ramen in the pits as well. So, don't
so
know what's
that's
happening to Wicked Vicky there. He just let Shrikant Das go without battling, without trying to challenge him. So, not sure what's happened there to Wicked Vicky, but it's not been a
uh,
great restart for him. But further up, oh, we have a yellow flag for, I believe that is Ramen.
yep, just
I
probably
think he
coming
just went
out
a
of
bit
turn
deep
1.
there.
Yep, cold tires are a big thing here in this game as the two Alfa Romeos and the Alpine of Wicked Vicky having a battle, and Wicked Vicky would be eager to get
We have
another, and
Abhishek who's
probably
gotten past SSN for P4. So Abhishek's on a charge there. We saw him make an aggressive move earlier on. I believe it was Wicked Vicky.
or it was on Sid, I think, when they're
Said,
probably
yeah,
the
my
horse
bad.
running
I
on
thought it was an
formation.
Alpine.
Yep.
I thought it was an
As
Alpine, but
and
yeah.
I think as you rightly pointed out, Abhishek is really showing a lot of pace. And is he also going to take the fastest lap? He is for
Yes,
the
he is.
moment. So
On those mediums.
good pace on those medium tires as
And
Shark and Redstone have a moment
Redstone.
together, but they still, I think, keep their cars alive. As now DRS would also be
We have the
enabled
two
for these drivers. Shark,
we have the two alphas and Wicked Vicky battling as well, and Shark has to bail out. And what's going on? We have a yellow flag. What's happened? Redstone set the fastest lap. Deadly Mosquitoes making a move on Ace. Ace has fallen back, I think. I think he made contact with his teammate Shrikant Das, but yeah, Wicked Vicky, Shrikant Das, and Ace were having an immense battle, I think, in these first few laps, and we couldn't follow it, but I think Ace has come off worse. We have
yep,
Wicked Vicky who's trailing Shrikant Das. Shrikant Das, of course, has that 5-second penalty for, I believe it was collision with somebody.
yep. And
We have
having a look at the position changes, talking about Shrikant Das, so he's made up 10 positions from the start. So great start for him there. And
started
so
last. Oh,
has Oxford
Shrikant's gone
as
very
Rage.
wide. And Wicked Vicky is looking to make a move. Is he gonna send one down the inside like Abhishek did? No, he is not because he's a bit too far back. Shrikant is struggling a bit, I think, on corner entries, and he's not really having a good time there. He's missing his apexes, and Wicked Vicky is looking feisty there. Is he gonna make a move down the main straight with the help of DRS?
So he really
This
needs to
is
line
very close,
himself.
and it depends on the corner exit. And Wicked Vicky gets a good exit with the help of DRS. What's gonna happen? Is he gonna make a move? I think he's a bit too far back. He's gonna hold back. Yeah, I think he is.
Still,
And turn 1, Shrikant Das. Look how much he gains on Shrikant Das in just turn 1. We have an Aston Martin of Shark, I think, who's spun. But yeah, Wicked Vicky has gotten past Shrikant there. But Shrikant not gonna give up, or I think he has to yield in the end.
Yep.
Because Wicked there would have been tears there. We have Shark in the pits
with
again.
the DRS advantage.
Hot pulse hitter Shark has just got a penalty.
Shark has retired. Is he retired in the pits?
Yeah, he has.
I think he has retired in the pits. So
I think he's just had a bad time. Look at, meanwhile, we've not been following this much. Look at Thakurva and Captain Sandhu. Captain Sandhu's gap has diminished. It's just 6/10 now.
That's where I was precisely coming to. And Thakurva, although on those soft tires, and even so is Captain Sandhu, I think so. These pretty much, there are a couple of more laps for these soft runners to go before they find themselves in the pit for a fresh set. And would they go for a hard tires until the end, or would they go for a medium to another soft one, would be a question to answer, and we'll probably soon find out.
Does it make sense to stop twice?
Yeah, but looking at, can they take those hard tires for 20 odd laps would be the other question. Although I think they can make these hard tires can go up to 20 odd laps, but it'll really be a tough ask in the probably a latter stint on those hard tires. But let's see, we'll find out soon when who decides to box or undercut who.
Wicked Vicky and Shrikant Das both get 3-second penalties. I think they're both battling. Look at Captain Sandhu got a horrible exit out of turn 10. Thakurva with DRS. Is he gonna make a move? This is one of his best opportunities to do so into this acute right-hander, and he has to back off. I think Captain Sandhu squeezed him a bit too much, or did Thakurva go for a very optimistic gap? I think that's just racing.
Yep.
That's gonna give Harshi impetus to make a move. He's right there on those mediums.
Yep,
these two are fighting on the softs, and Harshi on the mediums has some amazing pace. We have yellow flag, and SSN has retired
from the session.
Is that a safety car?
Yes,
that is. I think it's a full course safety car.
Yes, so that is a full
Sid
course.
has managed to come into the pits there. Pit lane.
Oh, I think he took a bit too much of the curve on that fast right-hander.
Yeah, Wicked Vicky, Shrikant Das. No one's decided to pit apart from Sid there. Deadly Mosquito is also going to come in. We have a few pit stops now, so this is going to
what kind of a glitch is that?
Because what's important is that Captain Sandhu, the leaders cross the safety car, so they can go at what's happened to
there'll be that delta, but I'm amazed. For me, it's showing
what's going on. Sid is in the lead.
Yeah, there's a lot of decent.
I think the Sportmasters are hard at work. What's going on here?
Yeah, because I think Sid didn't box, or because I can see him.
Sid boxed.
Suddenly from P17 he's gone to P1. I don't know what's happening. Abdul Samad has retired from the session.
What's happened to Abdul there? He was driving a decent race, making a comeback, but
oh, how did he lose it on a straight?
I'm baffled.
Yeah, was he warming his tires and did he just lose his car?
We have Captain Sandhu. What's Captain Sandhu gonna do? Captain Sandhu decides to box. Thakurva decides to follow him in, and Harshi also decides to follow both of them into the pits. So what does Abhishek do? Abhishek pits as well. What is Oxidize gonna do? Oxidize is gonna pit as well. We do not. Oh, Harshi gets a 5-second penalty. That is so unfortunate for him. Wicked Vicky, is he gonna service penalty? No, Wicked Vicky stays out.
Yeah, Wicked Vicky stays out. So
old call.
Shrikant Das
I think Captain Sandhu is gonna come out still in the lead, as is Thakurva. So yeah, they both. Okay, so split strategies. Captain Sandhu on the mediums and Thakurva on the hard tires. And you have Wicked Vicky separating the two of them, and Harshi. Harshi also on the hards. I don't think Harshi had much of an option there. He started on those mediums, he didn't have too much of an option. And Abhishek's on the hards as well. Oxidize also on the hards. Smith, did Smith pit?
Nope, I think
I
he's
don't think
still,
so.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
still
stayed
running
out.
on those hard tires.
I think, yeah, I think it's only him and Ramen who started on the hards, and yeah, Ramen has boxed onto the mediums, so changed onto the mediums a few laps earlier.
So 8 laps in,
Sid,
softs are out of question for all these drivers. It's just a mix of medium and hard compound, probably looking to make one stop. I think these. So Wicked Vicky, Smith Shah, Abhi, Ramen would still have to box, and so would Vintage, because those tires can't go to the end of the race, I think.
yeah, they
But
most certainly can't. Although I will say, provided there are a few safety cars, we might see somebody try to stretch it to the end. Optimistically, but I think it's possible. It's
yeah,
never out of question.
yeah, and a late safety car can just see the softs come into play again, and just probably a last 4-5 lap dash. That's what we might just be able to see. But nonetheless, these fresh hard runners would again a pretty much of an ask from hard tires, but I think very much manageable to take them right to the checkered flag. So Thakurva would really ideally have planned for that, and so would Hershey and the rest of the hard runners. But let's see. He also have the first safety car now. So how does Captain Sandhu do that safety car restart, and what kind of reactions do the drivers have behind? As again, tire warming and tire temperatures are really a big and another challenging thing on this game. It's not easy to keep your tires in those temperatures, especially during formation laps and slow laps behind these safety cars.
Oh, we have Ramen in the pits, who's also gonna go onto the hard tire.
And also having a
Oh,
front wing change there, so something might have just happened there.
we had a moment there. There is a big wall of hard tire runners there, up and down the field. So I think the biggest wall is from P4 down to P8. It's
Yep.
gonna be 5 cars there, all on the hard tire. Sid, I believe, lost out. He pitted, I think, a lap earlier, and he lost out on the opportunity. No, I think he pitted just as the safety car came out. Yeah. Sorry, that was a bit of a
So
tier of
Wicked
movement
Vicky and Abhi would be probably looking to box around lap 15 and probably come on a set of hards. So let's see what kind of a gap they can build to the likes of others around them. Because these the mediums would also be pretty much start giving up after lap 13 or 14.
Yeah, I think the safety car is going to be in this lap, or no, I think Raman's a bit too far back for it to go in this lap. This is only going to be good news for the medium runners who are going to have to do fewer laps on those tires, and they can conserve them. I think the only what's happened between Thakur and Wicked Vicky?
Yeah, Wicked Vicky just went a bit too much off on the grass there for
Safety
comfort.
car. Oh, that's a very late call, and we can't even blame Michael Massey this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go on board maybe a Thakurva, because we're gonna get a front row seat to see how Captain Sandhu manages the restart. So the trick here is, as has always been the case, is to catch the other drivers out by surprise. And Captain Sandhu has bolted really far early, and he's caught them all by surprise. Look how far back Wicked Vicky's fallen. But yeah, Captain Sandhu has managed that restart to perfection. Thakurva, it's a very big gap between everyone. And Wicked Vicky, Hershey is looking to make a move on Wicked Vicky, but he's a bit too far back for now. Oxidize, Abhishek, everyone stayed in formation, and we have a yellow flag, and Wicked Vicky is out.
Whoa,
just as the race
those
restarted.
cold tires. Oh,
Yeah,
just
that
a
just
bit
goes to show
throttle
how
greedy.
important tire warm-up is. And we have Deadly Mosquito,
And we have
Shrikant
there's a McLaren of Oxidize race.
Oxidize.
Yeah, he has his front wing broken there. Oh, didn't have the best of turn.
And
force.
he gets past, and we have Deadly Mosquito and Shrikant Das battling. It's a very big hard tussle, and Oxidize is not. He's not gonna let them by. Is he gonna let his teammate by? Yes, he is.
He would.
Look at Shrikant Das. He's been very feisty all race, and he's looking to make a move on Deadly Mosquito down into turn 9. Is he gonna make it stick? You know what? They're gonna go side by side. This is not a place where you go side by side, and They've literally gone side by side through that section. There was a bit of contact there, but I think both have come out unscathed. And Srikanth Das on
They're
the grass
still
there,
side by
late
side.
braking, and he has made it. Wow, that's some dedication. That's a dedicated overtake, if I may say so. Ace, meanwhile, getting past Redstone. Redstone not having a very good restart. I think he's lost a few places there. But Srikanth Das, that was fantastic by him to stay there, committed to the overtake, committed to making the overtake stick.
Yeah, a great debut race right now so far, going well for Srikanth Das, and he's really looking to make his moves. As
further up
Harshi,
ahead, Captain Sandhu. Yeah. Captain Sandhu is 3 seconds clear.
Yep, making the most of those fresh medium tires.
Look at Redstone and Ace. Redstone and Ace are literally gearbox to front wing. Almost every single turn, Redstone has the pace, but he's not able to get past Ace. Because every single turn he gets so close. I think, is Ace running too much downforce? Or is Redstone just that much faster? Let's see. Or is Ace trying to play conservative, helping out his teammate Srikanth Das? I would assume so, because and Srikanth Das is looking to get past Abhi now. He's already caught up to the back of the Red Bull. And is Redstone going to make a move? There's no DRS right now. I think he's going to be enabled this once they cross the line, once Captain Sandhu crosses the line. And Harshi meanwhile is sticking with Thakurva. He's not he's not taking part in any, he's not giving himself any problem there.
So that's
and
the battle.
He gets a very good run out of the
P2.
last corner. And DRS is enabled, but yeah, I think, are they gonna get DRS down the second zone? No, they're not. So I think officially we're gonna see a few moves, maybe with the help of DRS next lap. And we see Redstone getting past Ace there. Ace, does he go for a switchback? No, and his entry is compromised, and so is his exit, and he has to settle for P11. Yeah, Srikanth Das trying to get past Abhi. Abhi is not enjoying his time on the mediums, and Srikanth Das is... Wow, that was a bit too close, and he gets a penalty for going off track. And Srikanth Das has spun!
Srikanth Das.
He's kept it out of the wall. He's kept it out of the wall.
Yeah, that's his...
He's a very lucky boy.
Yep, his
win. Although he's last, he's at least still in the race. So I think he'll be thanking his lucky stars for that. Look at Thakurva. Harshi is past Thakurva. We missed that, I think.
Yep, I think that'll... and there's another yellow flag. That's for
Srikanth Das again, who's had a moment.
Yep, I think we...
Oxidize on those hards.
And Smith
and Abhishek
are going side by side probably. Abhishek's getting that DRS advantage. Now Smith is right behind him with DRS. Meanwhile, Thakurva is just a tad bit behind Harshi. Harshi getting that a better exit than Thakurva did. And now Smith, would be looking to come back at Abhishek. Is he going to make that move? Nothing doing down at turn 1. DRS
a better exit
open
though,
again.
So yeah, Abhishek does not have DRS, and Smith is gonna make a move around the outside. That's a bit of a risky move, and Abhi squeezes him, Abhishek rather. And there's a bit of slight contact there, but yeah, thankfully neither of them are in the wall. And Smith carries on in his pursuit of Abhishek. And the only person enjoying in all this, I think, is Captain Sandhu, who's really enjoying how all of Harshi, Thakurva, Abhishek and Smith are battling one another and helping him pull away. But he is actually losing time, I think. Is he conserving his battery or something? Not really sure, because he's lost about half a second. 5/10. Is that a glitch with the timing tower? Because he's just now down to 2.2. I think he's trying to conserve his battery. We have Smith, who's gotten past Abhishek.
Yep.
That was a clean move.
That was something I was going to get to, and as that's some great fighting, great battling between these two drivers, and Smith gets him back at the very same place. He lost that position in the previous lap. Now Abhishek will get the DRS. Less 3/10 is the gap. Smith does get a brilliant exit down through that exit, and that gap has just opened up. I think that is a straight line speed advantage that Smith has also got because of the kind of way.
We have a yellow flag for Vintage Player, who's just had a spin.
That exit.
Redstone is past Deadly Mosquito. That was a very nice move aided by DRS. Is he gonna get Abhi as well? Is he gonna make a late move? No, he's not. He is being sensible, which is good. On those
Yep.
hard tires, Redstone I think is showing some very good pace. He showed very good pace on those fresh soft tires when he had to make his early pit stop there.
Yeah,
And
well,
I think
he's
he's
a
gonna get
driver.
Abhi this lap.
Yeah, and he's a driver who's always got a lot of pace and just has struggled in back earlier in the history in terms of finishing consistently. But that's also something he's fairly improved upon, and now he's eager at the back of the Red Bull of Abhi there, lining his exit there. GRS wide open, moves to the outside, Abhi giving him just enough space, and that's a
That's a
fair
smart move.
move through.
That's a very smart move by Redstone.
Yep,
He didn't risk anything going into turn 9 and 10. I think he's playing it sensible. He's a very fast driver. He's just had some very bad luck all throughout his, in a fair few of his races, not all throughout.
yep, yep, and he knows he's going to take this tires to the end, and right now in P7, and he would be just looking to charge his way up through the field now.
And
As
is Deadly Mosquito looking to make a move on Abhi as well? And I think, yeah, but Ramen is looking to make his way past Ace.
as well,
Ramen
yep.
in the Alpine not having a very good race. He's down in P11.
But yeah,
He's a bit too far back.
and we're still just almost crossing the halfway point of this race, so it's almost a half race to go. So these drivers still, anything can happen in a race, and it's still a long way to go. Let's see how these drivers are able to keep their heads around on this treacherous
I would
track.
just like to mention Hershey is closing in like anything on Captain Sandhu. He has gained, I believe, 1.5, 1.6 seconds in, I think, approximately just 3-4 laps, or maybe lesser than that. But yeah, Hershey is showing some phenomenal pace. He's broken past Thakur's DRS, and I think the gap just keeps falling down. Is Captain Sandhu struggling?
Yep,
Is
on
he
those,
like sitting on his final warning or
or is
something?
he on
Hershey
tire
does have a
conservation mode right now? Because the way it stands, I mean, Captain Sandhu would have to have a lot to lose if he decides to box, and he really needs to nurture those mediums if he is really planning to take those to the end of the race. But let's see how that works
Deadly
out, and a
Mosquito.
safety car might just help these drivers in that.
Deadly Mosquito trying to get past Abhi, sends one down the inside. Abhi tries to fight it, but oh, he does. He has better grip, and does he stick it? Yeah, he tries to fight it, but yeah, Deadly Mosquito does get past on those fresher hard tires. But Abhi's looking to fight back. Is he gonna make a move here?
Yeah, Deadly
He thinks better
Mosquito
of
just
it and
gets
backs
a
off.
poor exit down through that corner, but has enough speed. But
But I think down this straight, Abhi is gonna be getting some good slipstream, and he's gonna use a bit of battery. I think sensible to try to get past Deadly Mosquito. Abhi's not pitted yet, so we have Smith who's got past Abhishek's. The two of them have been involved in a battle for the ages, and they just follow that. And Smith has had a massive spin, but he's kept his car in running.
oh, that's front wing damage for him,
And
definitely.
Sid had to lock up, take avoiding action.
Oh,
And Smith
Sid.
does carry on. Sid had a horrible lock up there, and which is gonna give Redstone. Redstone is now looking to make a move on Sid. So the McLaren driver there he's driving phenomenally. He's been charging his way up the field, and now he's wanting some more. Is he gonna get past Sid here? I'm not
No,
sure why none of them have DRS.
Because they were a second away from each other, and that spin from Smith caught a bit.
No, I think Redstone was
Sid
close
did.
enough to Sid.
No, I think he locked up. So that DRS detection line is right just before the braking for the penultimate corner, and at that time I think they were more than a second apart from each
Smith
other.
is going to be a sitting duck, and Smith does just let them by.
Yeah,
So
he does. So
is that
he
smart
knows
of him?
he's, yeah,
I
he
think that
knows
is.
he's
And look
losing
at Redstone
pace.
making a move on Sid. Sid with that double lockup. He's not had a very good time. They're going side by side, Redstone and Sid. And Redstone does get past Sid, but Sid is going to have DRS here. Is that going to be crucial? Because no, Redstone gets a very good exit there. So I don't think it's going to be Sid's going to have much to offer up in terms of attack on Redstone. And Yeah, I think Smith is gonna pit this lap.
Yeah, Smith
So
is
he's losing a
losing.
fair bit of time.
Yep, he
He
is.
can just go into the mediums. He doesn't need to go into the softs and risk it. He can just play safe on the mediums. And what's he do? Yeah, he comes into the pits. I'll
But
follow what tires he goes on to.
oh yeah, because of the game does give you two sets of medium tires, right, for the race. So I'm not very sure about that though. But
Yeah, I think
let's see
it's a
what he
no-brainer.
does.
He's gonna go into the mediums. Yeah, and
Yeah,
he's gonna have to change his front wing because yeah, he's losing a lot of time there.
and there's a
And we have a
yellow
yellow
flag,
flag
and
in sector 3, and
Shrikant
that's Shrikant Das.
has retired,
Is
and
that gonna
that's
be
a
a safety
safety.
car?
Oh,
It's gonna be a
Smith,
full safety car.
and that has
Smith could
really
have
helped
stayed out for
Smith.
just a lap longer.
No, but still,
So
his pit stop time has still reduced, so he would be on
yeah,
fresh
by
rubber.
yeah, I think he's gonna be able to get past the safety car. Yeah, he is. So I think he's gonna benefit here in this situation.
Yeah, yep, I
Not really
think so.
sure.
So, but let's see if he is able to jump Sid and
Let's see what
Sid
Captain
and
Sandhu and
Redstone,
Hershey
who he
decide to
was
do.
losing time to.
Yeah, Redstone, I think Redstone is now up into P5. He was outside the top 10 at the earlier restart. So is Captain Sandhu gonna box for a new set of? I think it's gonna be another set of mediums. He's gonna
Mediums?
play it safe.
Yep,
What's
I
he gonna
think.
do? Let's see. Hershey pits. Takurva is a bit further back. Takurva drops almost 7-8 seconds. Or is that because of the safety car?
Yeah,
Or
probably
Takurva
he's
is
not
gonna pit
too much
Abhishek's.
worried. Oh,
Or
okay,
Takurva and
Captain
Abhishek's
Sandhu
are
is
gonna
on
have
a
to double
set
stack.
of softs. And what
Even
is
Hershey.
Hershey?
He
Even
has to
Hershey?
serve his penalty, but he's gonna go into
Oh,
the softs.
softs, yes, he is.
Thakur was
All these
also gonna
drivers
go into
going.
the soft tires.
Okay, all these
Abhishek
drivers
is gonna
going
have
on
to
the soft.
stack behind. That is so unfortunate. No, but he doesn't have to wait too long.
Too long, yeah,
And
I mean.
everyone's gonna go into the soft tires. So I don't think they're factoring in how long it takes, how intense the tire wear is.
Yeah,
Because
it's.
even though after like 6 or 7 laps the softs are gonna give way. So are we gonna see when we have
I
every
think.
single driver who's stopped for the softs?
Yeah,
And
and I think his
vintage
advantage
player
Smith at the
also.
moment. So if he just can keep his head
Yeah,
there and towards the end of the race he can really make some moves there. And if he can just
yeah,
follow
we have
suit of
Deadly
the soft
Mosquito.
runners, and Deadly Mosquito and Ramen are the two drivers who haven't boxed and are going to go to the end of the race on these hards. So let's
Captain
it's
Sandhu
going to
has
be
a
very
very nice
interesting.
buffer.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's
Captain Sandhu
come
has a
out of the
nice
lead
buffer
as
between
well.
himself and Hershey.
Yeah.
How does
Retaining
Hershey
his
have a penalty? Oh, it's a 3 seconds, okay. I thought he served his penalty in the pits. But yeah, nonetheless, I think what do you think? I think Raman is gonna be a key factor in the restart. Because he is gonna be on those harder tires, he is gonna hold back all those fresh soft runners. I think it's gonna be a bit of a challenge to get past right at the start, but a few laps in should not be much of a task.
Yep, those
Are we gonna
hards
have a
will
safety car
take a while. No, I don't think this is probably no. The McLaren is fair
Yeah, no
behind.
oxidize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wait for oxidize. We're gonna wait another lap.
So lap 20, 21 to 29, 20. I think that's 9 laps of racing and softs. As much as pretty much they can go up till the end, but there'll be a lot of struggle in the last 3, 4 laps. So let's see how that works out for all these drivers, especially for what can Smith do. He has 3 soft runners behind him, and while Ramen has a lot of hard runners behind him, and Captain Sandhu again at the safety car restart has that advantage of a harder compound driver behind him in P2. So
Yeah, Captain Sandhu does have a nice buffer, and Deadly Mosquito I think is gonna be a bit of a challenge for him to hold on to that P2. He is gonna get gobbled up, but he's gonna have the support of Ramen, who's also gonna hold back a few of the other soft tire runners. And I think interesting now to note will be Redstone, because Redstone was showing some phenomenal pace. I think he's gonna just get back onto it right away without much hesitation.
yep, the field has
We
bunched
have
up now.
yeah, no,
So
Oxide is still upward.
no,
He's just exited the final corner.
yeah,
And so key here is Smith. Smith is also going to be a very important player here. He's the only driver on the mediums, and he is. So I'll say that there's a chance for iteration. I hope not, but there is a chance for iteration because on the soft tires, you tend to be a bit more aggressive because you have the fresh rubber, you have the faster compound, and you tend to take more risks. So if he can keep it clean, he might just gain a few positions.
Yep, and these drivers would definitely be battling. There'll be a lot of battles and exchange of
as we have
positions
seen,
that can unfold, but
we saw,
but
I think
that
the
was a
safety
neat
car.
safety car restart as well. The drivers, as much as Captain Sandhu caught them napping, but overall there was no aji-baji and entanglement of drivers that sometimes tends to happen.
Yeah, I think Captain Sandhu is gonna be. it's his race to lose. He has to.
So that's another lap of safety car. So that means I think there'll be 8 laps of racing that we'll probably experience.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be too close to call.
And
What's
Raman
happened?
has spun. Raman has spun his car.
So he has unleashed
And
everyone behind him.
Did he reset to track as well? I don't know
I'm
the
not really
way.
sure. And what's happening? Abhi is slowing down on track.
Oh,
and
that's all. That's
it's
all
causing more
the
chaos
illegal
here.
overtakes. The moment I talked about.
What's gonna happen? We have Smith who's pitted. He's on slightly fresher rubber. In all this, he has still managed to hold on to PO oxidize. And what's going on here? It's a real bunch up. But yeah, Ramen has absolutely no front wing, and he's on hard tires. So this is likely not going to be a good restart for him. And look how look how deep rather he's going into every corner.
And with the new update. Yeah, and with this new most recent update, I think they've made those changes and tweaks and enhancements to front wing damage as well. There's a lot more understeer, I believe, in the cars now.
Yeah, because earlier you could drive without a front wing as well as you could drive with, say, half a front wing.
Yep. Not the case now. Not the case anymore with this update. So.
And vintage Smith and Oxidize are going to be absolutely on Ramen's case to get him out of the way.
But I think he would be boxing this lap for sure, probably. There's no
but
point.
I don't think they can overtake before they reach the pit straight. So key here I think is going to be also, let's stay on board with, say, Hershey, because we're going to get to see Hershey or maybe Deadly Mosquito, because Captain Sandhu, as we saw, got a very good restart last time out. Is he going to replicate it? And I just saw Deadly Mosquito's car bounce for poisoning or something, I'm not sure, but anyways, Captain Sandhu, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna catch them out by surprise? Is he gonna take it to the... Ramen has dropped back, or has he set a seat position? But yeah, I think Captain Sandhu has bolted, and he's already built up a lead of over a second, and they've not even reached the final turn yet. And look at Hershey. Hershey is gonna have to wait for the line. He should wait, and the gap behind him and Thakurva is also a very significant one.
And Deadly Mosquito goes wide.
Back.
Yeah, he goes wide, runs wide, Deadly Mosquito, and he loses
the position. Sandhu has built up a lead of 2 seconds. We have Thakurva closing up on Deadly Mosquito. Deadly Mosquito's gamble, I don't think is going to pay off, because everyone around him is on incredibly fresh rubber, and it's softer rubber as well. So look at Redstone. Redstone is right behind, right on Thakurva's gearbox. Thakurva looking to make a move. Is he gonna send one here? You gain a lot of time thanks to Slipstream, and Thakurva is looking feisty. Is he gonna make a move? We have Smith right behind Vintage as well, but let's focus on Redstone for now. And Thakurva decides to hold back. Redstone gets a decent exit, and is he gonna try to make a move on Thakurva? He has a very good run, but he's losing time despite being in Slipstream. And Oxidize got
first heavy dive by the Haas.
Send and a half by Sid.
I think he missed his breaking point completely there and just wanted to avoid.
And Abhishek and Sid are battling, and Abhishek has sent one down the inside. They've made contact, him and Sid, and that is not going well for any of them. But Captain Sandhu, Hershey is rapid. We'll get back to that, but let's just focus on Redstone and Thakurva. Thakurva defending and attacking at the same time. Redstone having to Sid gets a penalty.
But Redstone gets a brilliant
Redstone gets, and was he forced onto the grass there? That's a I don't know what to call that.
That's
I
just
don't know.
hard
That's
fair
just racing.
racing. I think
Yeah, I
that's
think
what I'm
Takura is
going to
also
put.
being compromised. Takura, what's happened to Redstone?
But
He's
the
ghosted and
Ferrari of Abhishek just loses his car a bit. He was almost kissing the res of Redstone Derp and Haas offset Venkatesh
oh,
and Redstone.
Redstone's left the
Oh
session.
no, no, no! That's not
Oh no, I'm
what
just gonna
he
send him an
wants.
invite.
Oh, can you
Can I?
this? Yeah, but I think he still has that invite. He can rejoin using that invite, but oh, that's not the best of times for the game to crash or happen or the power to run out because he
Yeah.
was really giving us a great show of racing as the two Ferraris are now in formation chasing Deadly Mosquito there in the Williams. He's doing everything he can to keep all those soft runners behind him. And Thakurva is also super eager to make that position. But now with DRS also enabled after the end of this lap, let's see what kind of positions changes
I'm
happen
not able to
as...
send the invite.
Yep, we hope he's just able to join back again.
I'm not able to send the invite. I cannot find the option.
No, yeah, there's no option in this year's
There's no
game.
option. I'm not sure what's
Oh,
going on.
the Ferrari,
What happened?
the Ferraris have crashed together.
Thakurva.
Abhishek just goes into the back of Thakurva, and Thakurva has been spun around.
Yeah,
As
I
there's
missed a bit of the
another
action
battle
there.
of the Alfa Romeo. I think that's Oxidized Rage and
And
Ace
Redstone
and
is no, that's a Redstone's AI. Ace. Oh, look at this Smith Oxidize Ace, and Smith has been spun yet
oh,
again.
No.
That's so unfortunate. That is so incredibly unfortunate for him. He was on a charge, and just Deadly Mosquito's back in P3, and Sid Venkatesh right behind him. Look at Hershey. Meanwhile, he is also looking to make a move on Captain Sandhu. That's for the lead. But let's focus on Sid Venkatesh, who's right on Deadly Mosquito's gearbox. He gets a better exit. He's a bit further back, but he does get a better exit than Deadly Mosquito. And Deadly Mosquito on those hard tires, on those old hard tires.
Look at the
really
gap
well,
between the leaders. Yeah, and look at the gap up front. But he's defended like
Hershey has
that's a yellow
we have a
flag.
yellow flag. Who's that? It's Smith. I think he's the only Alpha left.
Yep,
Alpha Romeo. Alpha Tauri, sorry.
Yep, and Hershey
is going to be making a move, I think.
No,
yeah, he
he's not.
he gets such better exits, and with DRS wide open, he's in Captain Sandhu's slipstream, and is he going to send one here? No, he's not. He's being sensible, and Sid gets one.
Has missed the move. Yep.
Abhishek, I think he made contact with Thakurva, but that's not going to stop him from making a move on Deadly Mosquito with the help of DRS. Abhishek has been rapid as well, and he's been stacked by Deadly Mosquito, who has hit him, and
there's a 3-car spin around.
There's a 3-car battle, and that has not played out well, and Thakurva is back up, but Thakurva is driving very slowly. Oh, we have a safety car.
Is it a safety?
We have a safety car.
We have a safety car. Oh,
we have a full safety car. It's not even a virtual safety car, it's a full safety car. So that pile-up caused by Deadly Mosquito, Abhishek, and Abhi has given the race director enough impetus to call a safety car. So this is going to be interesting what Captain Sandhu and Hershey do. They have a 9-second gap to Sid, but is it wise to pit? Is it wise to stay out? Let's find out.
Yeah,
Captain
I think I'm not sure if they. Yeah, oh, it was a wet qualifying, so they definitely have a fresh set of softs in the garage.
Is Redstone back? Yeah, Redstone I think has joined back. Has he? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure as well either.
I couldn't send the invite. Game won't let me. And Thakurva and Abhishek, that's gonna be a bad.
So the leaders have decided to continue. I think everybody is continuing, barring those who might just have damage.
Redstone decides to come in. No, he does not. He plays a dummy, and Thakurva stays out. Abhishek pits. Deadly Mosquito pits. Abhi also has to pit. So Smith, I believe, also is going to pit because he was spun around just a lap before that. And do you think the Abhi is retired from the session in the pits? So that's all right. Smith in the pits. What's he? I think at this point everyone's going to score points as per the RL system.
That's true. So they provided they finish the race because 90% also comes to the end of lap 26, is it? So yeah, legitimately they are, if they do.
Yeah, I think you're right. So they just need to end this lap and they are guaranteed points. But yeah, Ramen on the mediums, I don't understand why.
I mean, oh, that more looks
Why
like
has
some strategy blunder there, and he's come on an old set of mediums
yeah? So
that he's
that's
already driven the race on, but
I
can
think
go
that's
see the
more of
checkered
a
flag, but he just needs to make sure he just doesn't lose any kind of positions there.
yeah. I think he went into the wrong pit box. The Alpine pit box was a bit further up ahead. He went into the Ferrari pit box by accident. So I don't think that was very clever. But is he gonna pit again? He is P8, and on those old mediums, I don't think he's gonna be able to hold off the likes of Abhishek, Deadly
Yeah,
Mosquito, Vintage, and Smith. So I think we're gonna see
but
Raman
then
dive into the pits.
that's going to make him lose all the
No, he
positions
stays
either
out.
way. He might
So
just have to
track
make up.
positions.
Yep, might just be crew
Yeah, but
key for all these drivers. I don't think we saw a lot of drivers box apart from those who were involved in the collision.
yeah, Vintage I don't think has had a very good
Outing for
last half of the race
Australia.
as well, because he was running. Yeah, he was running quite far back, even before we had the safety car. So, or did he have a moment? I don't think we followed that, but yeah, I think it's
Let's
gonna
have a
be
look at the
Deadly
state of
Mosquito.
penalties. What?
Yeah, so it's Hershey and Sid who have 3 seconds of penalties. We have Ramen who has a 5-second penalty, and Oxidize with the highest penalties at 6 seconds. So it's considerably lesser than what we usually tend to have because of how strict corner cutting. But yeah, I think people have usually kept it clean.
Yep,
And
having driven Division 2 myself, so I am inclined to believe, and having spectated Division 1 and driven Division 2 myself, though there is a lot of aji-waji in both the divisions, but I'm still inclined towards a cleaner Division 2. But that'll be my bias also coming in. But yep,
yes, old
that's
habits die
just one
hard.
man's opinion.
Old habits die hard. So let's just go on board with Hershey. We saw Captain Sandhu catch out the second place man. Why surprise on both occasions? Are we gonna see it for a third time? Or is third time gonna be the charm for Hershey? Hershey has been showing some immense pace, and we have Sid Venkatesh also. Let's not forget him. Sid also looking very feisty. He has got some very good pace. I think Redstone, I think he has joined back here. So let's just focus on Captain Sandhu, who has decided to bolt
but
at the
Hershey
same
has
place.
been
But
alert.
yeah, he has not caught Hershey napping like he did, like the other P2 drivers in the past few laps. We're gonna have 2 laps. This is the penultimate lap, and this is game on now. Look, Captain Sandhu had a horrible exit, and Hershey's right behind him. With the help of ERS, with the help of battery, is he gonna send one down the inside? No, he is not. He's gonna run out of options now. He doesn't have a lot of time left in hand. Deadly Mosquito gets past Ramen, and Ramen and Deadly Mosquito are in a tussle
side by
there.
side, yeah.
And I think his Deadly Mosquito comes out on top for now. And look at Hershey. Hershey is right behind Captain Sandhu. He, with the help, I think he has enough battery. I hope both have enough battery for Captain Sandhu to defend and Hershey to attack. And look how much Hershey gains. This is slipstream territory. And no DRS this lap. We may have DRS next lap. Sandhu gets a very bad exit. Hershey decides to send it down the outside. Redstone gets past Ace, and Hershey is being squeezed. He's being left just enough racing room to survive, but not enough to make an overtake there. And Hershey has to wait for the main straight at least. But yeah, Captain Sandhu's not got a very good exit out of the last corner in these past few laps, and Hershey's got a phenomenal one, and he does the same this time. So are we gonna see a move being made here? We have Oxidize getting past Sid. They're going side by side, but let's focus on Hershey for now. And he decides to back off. Is there DRS? No, there's no DRS here.
And
So
Oxidize has made the move on Sid Venkatesh. Now Sid would be under threat from
Smith are battling.
Redstone, but
Abhishek gets a penalty. So This is very close.
Oh, whoa,
These,
whoa, and Abhishek spins around, and Deadly Mosquito
yeah,
and Thakurva are now involved in a battle. But in
but
all of this, Redstone is poised for podium because the drivers ahead of him have
yeah, drivers
penalties.
ahead of him. He could get P2, you know. And look at Hershey. Hershey is gaining incredibly. Smith has retired. What's happened there? He's just had a moment. They're going side by side into turn 9 and 10. Hershey makes the move and Sandhu backs out because sensibly Hershey is going to get a penalty and he is not going to be able to hold on to the win. But look at
But
Oxlade. Oxlade is looking to make a move. And
oh,
both
they
of them have
both
crashed.
crashed. Oh
Oh no!
no!
Oh no! And they've taken out Redstone
Redstone.
along with them. That means Hershey is gonna win, followed by Sid and Captain Sandhu. Oh
Oh
no! That
no!
is both McLarens out on the in the final sector, which means that Captain Sandhu is gonna hold on to the win, or is he? He's losing a lot of time. Hershey crosses the line. Sid Venkatesh in P2 and Captain Sandhu does win the
Does win.
race by a small margin, I think, of a 10. Just wow, and that has been a very hectic and vintage in the pits. Thakurva has spun. Delhi Mosquito overtakes Thakurva, and Abhishek is he also gonna overtake Thakurva? No, I don't think he is. But that was a chaotic end to the race there.
Apologies
Oh, we
for
have
the
seen
poor
some.
camera work towards the end, viewers, but I couldn't see the drivers pass the checkered flag on broadcast. But I think there was a lot of last lap action that we did catch on the stream. It's going to be super interesting. Meanwhile, as I run through the grid and everything, Chips, if you can invite our folks to for the party, and I think they are Hershey
Sid and Captain
and
Sandhu.
Captain Sandhu, right? That's right.
Yeah,
So
just gonna do that.
what a controversial last lap in Australia we have as Captain Sandhu finishes P1, Hershey finishing P1 on track, but those time penalties hurting him. Sid Venkatesh as well with a 3 second time penalty gets P3. Ace just keeping his head clean and making sure his nose is totally fine and his front wing is fine gets that P4. Great drive from him. Ramen taking P5. Deadly Mosquito with P6. Thakurvat getting P7 with the last lap spin. Vintage player P8, not the best of races for him, but still gets scores some good points. Abhishek's on P9, a very eventful race for him. Redstone, the Oxidized Raid, Smith, Abhi, Shrikant, Wicked Vicky, Abdul Samad, Essensen, and Shaq Costo, the non-finishers of the race there. Oh, that was some mega last lap drama that we did experience, and whoa, collateral damage, and the Mercedes out from podium positions to 0 points. Not the best of last lap, but at the end of the day, it's a race, and that's what happens. Sometimes not the best of circumstances and outcomes as we wait for the drivers to join the party chat as well as the game letting me go away. Oh, probably I can. Can I? No, I still can't.
I don't think it will. So, let's just see the lineup.
Yeah.
So Hershey there, who's just joined the party, and he's the only one in the 1 minute 20s. So that's a very good effort. And but yeah, Captain Sandhu kept it
Yep.
clean, and yeah, that was
They
well done
totally
by him.
dominated race until the checkered flag. Yep, incidents do happen here and there. That's why we have pending stewards inquiry, those wins and podiums. But nonetheless, a great drive from all these drivers. As we wait for them to get back into the party. Hi Hershey. Hi, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
hi, we
Just
can hear
make
you.
sure. So can you just go to the audio settings and make sure your share audio chat option is on. The party settings. The party. Oh, then PlayStation. You're talking to the wrong person there. But I think you
You're on
should go
PlayStation
to the
4.
party audio settings. I think there'll be something like that where you can fix the audio. But are we Let me just ping other drivers on Discord and ask them to join the party.
Oh, we're here already.
Oh, I allowed it.
Oh, both of you are here? Alright, let me just. Alright, I don't think Captain Sandhu is going to join, but anyway, we can start with the podium interviews. So, Chips, would you like to take it away with Sid Venkatesh?
So, Sid here.
Yes, I'm very much here. Chaotic.
So, yeah, firstly, congratulations on the P3.
Thanks,
You had a
thanks.
good race, and it was. We saw a few moments here and there, but
Yeah,
I think in the end, you had just a 3-second penalty, so
yeah, yeah.
you managed to keep it clean and keep it clean apart from that one bit, and managed to hold on. So, just walk us through your race. How was it? How was your very first big race on FM22?
Started quali. Quali was, I mean, if I had the time, I could have gotten faster. But yeah, I mean, Jay was really quick on bets. I don't know how, but yeah, superb. And obviously the race, I had a good start actually, and I don't know, someone dived in and just rattled me up completely. And again, another person also dived in and questionable ones, but yeah, I'll probably just take that. And I had jumped from P3 or P4 to P7, and then it was like battling up again, and just watching people crash out and fight with each other, teammates fighting with each other. It was epic for sure. And yeah, in the end, it was like the last few laps were like crazy. The last lap was chaotic. I don't know what happened there, but yeah,
Intense.
intense, absolute intense. And I have, I had Malav as my race engineer, a delayed strategist, but it's okay. Yeah, he was very helpful to me, and he was like a teacher today to me. He kept telling me what I should do and not do. So good fun. I mean, and congrats to Captain Sandhu and Hershey too. I mean, they both were battling it from right at the start of the race. And I don't know, Takurwa also was right there, but he crashed out for some reason. I don't know what happened to him, but yeah, the last lap was mad. Both the
Yeah, the
McLarens
Ferraris
and
came together.
oh really? I
Yeah.
thought the McLarens came together.
Yeah,
McLaren's.
they did too, but the Ferraris too
Oh, did they?
came together. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just a few laps before.
Okay, I don't know where the teamwork went, but yeah, it was a chaotic race for sure. I was absolutely sweating it out today. While I was driving, I was like completely, literally drenched on hair.
Yep, but a good start to the campaign this season, and for the F122, a podium is there, and you've got the pace, so a race win coming soon, Sid.
Fingers crossed.
Yep, cheers, good luck with that.
Thanks,
So,
guys.
moving on,
Well driven.
P2,
Congratulations.
Thanks.
P2, Harshi. So, a
Hello, hello.
great race from you as well. We hope you've fixed your audio settings, and somebody in the chat, if they can let us know if
Yeah,
they
I
can.
did.
Oh, no, I think they can't hear. Hopefully, they can hear you now in this. So, Harshi, great race, great pace from you. I think good qualifying run there, a good time set to get that front row. And overall, you gave us some great battles and some great show of racing. So take us through your race. How was it?
First of all, I hate safety cars from today. I was 2 times with better tires, people in front of me with mediums, just safety car. So I think I would have won if safety cars didn't come, but great pace by Captain Sunu. He was just, I couldn't overtake him till the last lap.
Yep. Yep, I think you guys were just battling it out in the lead initially, and I think you pulled off about 9-10 seconds from the hard runner behind you, Deadly Mosquito, before all the drama unfolded for the later bit of the race. Yep,
Yeah,
great drive.
if the safety car didn't come, it would have been the best thing ever.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes safety car can be lucky or unlucky, but nonetheless, you managed to get your P2. Chips, any questions for him?
Yeah, can you just walk us? I just have one single question. Can you just walk us through that last lap move around the outside of turn 9? That was very committed, very brave.
So I took the
So,
same. I overtook Takarwa the same way on the left side beforehand. And what happened is I had to take my left wheel on the grass. So I knew I couldn't go to the left. So I had to. I knew there was only one chance in the right, and I knew that 3 second penalty was I had it. I would have just if I coached it, I would have still gotten the P2, but I wanted to still pass him on the track.
yeah, that was quite committed from you. So, we really like that. And to lose the win by just a tenth it's really unfortunate, but I'm sure you had some very good pace. I think you'll be rocking it next race. So congratulations to you on P2.
Thank you, thank you.
Cheers. So I think we don't have our race
Don't
winner
have
joining the
yeah.
party. Yeah, so I think, all right, viewers, that's where we call it off. This was Division 2 for the first round of Season 8 of the Indian Racing League. Do join us tomorrow, same time, 9:30 p.m. India Standard Time, for our Division 1 race around the streets of Australia yet again. Until then, bye-bye, good night, and enjoy your rest of the day and the weekend.
Cheers, guys.